Good evening, and hello, motherfuckers. Happy Friday. Welcome to my Club of Cottontales, a place for me to be 100% me. I'm Amber motherfucking Lewis, but you found me as Kottontale is Mooiisstt, and I hope everyone is having a good Friday. It's the starting of the weekend. This is our second meeting of the day, and I did say that it was going to be Dreamlight Valley, but obviously I decided not. I will be playing some on my Switch, though. That will be happening. It smells like resin. I think my neighbors upstairs have been chiefing on resin because it smells intensely of resin. It's kind of wild. I was watching the show on Netflix, The Three Body Problem. Super interesting. But then I was kind of like, oh, it's Friday, like, we should do a meeting. And I was like, well, I don't really feel like doing Dreamlight Valley, because originally we were just going to do, Dreamlight Valley Inception, collect the Night Thorns that we could do, which I might still log in and do that, but literally on my PlayStation, the only thing left is collecting Night Thorns, and I only need 10 more, so it's more detrimental that I do the ones on my Switch, which we're almost to the end of the ones on the Switch as well, because since I've done all of them on the PlayStation, I know what they are, so knowing that I'm to the Harvest Purple and Chat with Belle's Bow, I think there's like one thing after that, possibly. But like the Belle's Bow, I can't do that until tomorrow because you have to chat with them twice, and you only can chat with them once in a 24-hour period. Well, you can chat with them more, but it only counts the one time. I imagine my little crop, make sure it's not dried out. Eggplants take a long time. I'm pretty sure that this will be something I'll have to log back in tomorrow to get. And we also have a shit ton of fishing to do. I swear the fishing is like the fucking bane of my existence. And specifically bass. Like, I really truly feel like the go play fish for some bath. How do they put it? It says play go fish with some bass. They made that a 5. Worth 5. That should be worth 20. This shit is... Ugh. I got the play go fish in the Frosted Heights, which was 30 of them. I got that done quicker. And I'm still working on these stinking bass ones. I need 10... 10 more bass. Just 10 more. But I'm gonna go put her back down where she was sitting. Also, I want to send this meeting to my best duder because it is Friday, and even though he worked, it's Friday, so maybe there is a chance. There might be a chance that he could game. Or even just pop in and say hello. I'm also going to share it to my sissy wolf. I doubt that she'll come in, though. I haven't really heard from her much at all. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's my fucking Switch. Oh. sleep mode for right now. You know what, since it is Friday, I'm gonna share it on the Book of Faces, cause why not?
Kind of just blend it out with your fingers if it's...
Yeah, I find it extremely interesting. I told this person that I do not discuss, like, you know where to find me. Like, asking me for a special request when I told you where you could go. And I have checked my feet binder many times today. I'll check it again. Let's see if maybe the person went there. My Facebook page is for promotion only. I won't, like, per se sell from there. If anyone actually wanted a custom anything, all they'd have to do is go to my feet finder and send me a message. It's literally as simple as that. But there is still no message, and also, like, Pellet Pete, who's been watching my content for a little bit, he recently followed, but I haven't gotten any other ones. I just find that really interesting. Like, if you really, really had interest in wanting to purchase feet content from Kottontale, you would go to my feet finder. Or you would just send me money on Chime, you know? But honestly, you get a lot of people that are just, they're not serious buyers, you know? So, we do our best just to meh them off. Alright, we have 8 minutes to Aloha 420. So I think I'm actually going to wait until then. I want to do at least one race. I don't know how. The people they put me up against now because I'm freaking diamond rank. It's ridiculous. Like, there's no fucking way that I'm... like, look at all of them up there. Yeah, I fucking completed it. Shit.
That being said, we're just taking a little pause over here at the Dark History side, just so we can kind of dive a little bit deeper on some stories, finish like working out some kinks we ran
No
into,
fucking way.
and we will be returning
Probably went back
soon
down.
in its full
No,
glory.
I'm at 14%.
Meantime, you can
I remember being at 13.
do over to my YouTube if you want. Check out new episodes of Murder, Mystery, and Makeup on Mondays. Don't worry, have no fear. I'm not going anywhere, just digging a little deeper on some stories. So stay tuned. Should BRB real quick. Love and appreciate you guys, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.
I'm tired of my bank nickel and diming me with fees. They're at work.
That's so cool, dude.
Be like, well, there's no such thing. I find it crazy that you were gone for 5 hours and someone most definitely had sex with your boyfriend, but then charged their phone, did their nails, and took a shower. They were not acting like they were on a time crunch. LOL. 2,400 upvotes. Someone said, you post crazy that you were gone for 5 hours. Hello, I'm Shane, and we're back with more Reddit stories. Today's theme is cheating, or insecurity or paranoia.
Cheers.
Cheated on. Real juicy one today. With me are two of the biggest cheaters I know, Angela and Spencer. Just kidding. But they're both wearing the same hat.
I was gonna say, we both look like we're waiting for our flight at an airport.
Look, I got nothing to add. That was good.
It's gonna be fun with you, bud.
Yeah, we didn't. I was not. I didn't check on what the theme was. Like, got it. Oh, it's cheating. I actually don't know cheating was this morning. Turns out I've been doing it for Just kidding. Alright. Hang it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay.
This is Cheater's Monopoly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just saying some games to get it away.
Whoa.
Alright. First story. I, a woman at 24, found red hair in our, male 32, in the shower. I'm alone.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I went through, left our house for about 5 hours last night, leaving my boyfriend, who's 32, home by himself. Not too long after I got home, my boyfriend told me he was finding balls of black hair, so he swept the house. I thought it was weird, but didn't say anything. Once I went to shower, I noticed my shampoo, which I don't keep in the shower, was on the shower floor. When I picked it up, I found a piece of hair that looked black, but once in the light, it was very obviously red. I have blonde/gray hair. Then, when I got in the shower, there were a few strands wrapped around the shower handle. Still didn't say a word, and just started to observe everything else. There was a charger on my side of the bed that isn't mine, and it wasn't used. That outlet would go on my side of the bed, and then there was nail polish remover that he asked if I left it out.
Woohoo!
I decided to change the bedding and was taking my time because I knew I was too bothered to go to bed anytime soon. He kept making comments about me looking for something that he knows, and he knows how long it takes to make a bed, so I'm obviously doing something else. Oh, and this phone moment we have that was above our bed was moved to replace the head of our bed. How can I get the truth out of him? Because I can already hear this. I'm not doing anything, and how everything is just a coincidence or something like that.
No, that's dude. Like the hair alone, it's like a red flag. The charger to me is like the warning flag. That's like that's insane. It's like, bro, I don't know, man.
I don't know what that is. Who's that like over there? Your husband's cheating.
They were fucking, and her phone was charging.
Oh, that person must have dropped out.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's laid out as clear as it.
It's like, yeah, and then I saw footprints.
Yeah, footprints. And then there was several women.
Yeah.
I just want to read these comments first. Maybe she left the hair, moved the shampoo, and left the charger on purpose so OP would know. Sounds like an escort. OP said, no, he definitely doesn't have money like that, and I know that for a fact. LOL, he doesn't even have a bank account.
Dude. And she's 24 and he's 32?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have a bank account that she knows of.
That's yeah, don't you get one when you become a citizen?
No, I mean, you to get to 32 without a bank account.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, like I think if I met someone in their early 20s, they're like, I don't have a bank account, I'd be like, oh,
It's
yeah,
okay,
you
yeah.
got one. Like,
What I'm obsessed with is this like alternate theory that whoever he's cheating on her with is leaving signs for her.
I know.
That's wild.
I'm like, no, I think they're just careless. Like, I think they're not thinking about it.
If I was the guy, I would try and convince her that red hair is real.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think that could work.
That's so cool, dude.
Be like, oh, let's no such thing.
I find it crazy that you were gone for 5 hours and supposed to have had sex with your boyfriend, but then charge their phone, did their jeans, and took a shower. Like, they were not acting like they were on a time crunch. LOL. 2,400 upvotes. Someone said, you posted in our stories.
Fuck.
Saying your boyfriend found that lifestyle appealing. What do you need to know to make a decision? Yeah. Bro, it's clear this guy is just a smoking gun. I think this guy is not thinking or concerned at well, so no, this person, you can go to this person's account, right? Oftentimes people will even swinging. Oftentimes people will click on the user, and you can go and you can user everything if they've ever commented, you can see it. Which is nice. It can also be bad for people. There was a guy, Ken Ho, famous. This guy, he was
Shit.
the guy back when the 2016 election was happening. He was this kind of sweet, like just silly looking guy. He asked a question that was very like unusual question about Hillary.
Oh shit, shit, shit. Oh my god, what is going on right now?
Yes.
And he became super famous. He decided to do an AMA on Reddit, ask me anything. And he goes on there, he's like, ask me anything. They're asking questions. And now that he revealed his profile pics, and they found that he had commented on her she was pregnant. Like, women who are pregnant, having sex.
I don't even understand! What is going on? How the fuck, man?
Unfortunately, he had like some takes on extreme societal and people were like, oh, like his charm was shattered. Two people separate.
This shit is wild.
It's like,
Ugh.
you can see it all.
As we've been on this show listening to the insane things people comment on each other's Reddits, the fact that there's a book of it all and you can go a catalog of it makes me surprised that people are still this real.
And even when you tweet stuff, there's like archives of like pretty much everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And
They're still me.
it's the myth of anonymity. One, we are anonymous, and it allows for a different kind of
Until you're like, I'm 32, live in Los Angeles, and blah blah blah.
people find it.
Yeah.
But, anyways, yeah, that. He's not even trying to hide it. I think if she asked you to like that,
That's almost like kind of crazy. This guy feels like this woman.
Woohoo!
She's like on her charger. She's like, oh, I need some milk. She's just like, look at this.
yeah, I do still believe that.
Oh shit.
Maybe he doesn't have money.
Oh my gosh.
He's just spending it in
Still last place, man. You know, I'm just accepting it.
This is a relationship advice. I, a 24-year-old woman, think my husband, who's 30, is cheating on me / meeting up with somebody under the guise of getting me coffee. Literally never posted on Reddit before, but I feel like I have no one to talk to. I don't want to accuse him without being 100% confident, but I don't want to tell anyone without asking him first. Please help. Basically,
I'm making a phone call real quick. mime Amber. Oh, I've been miming it up for a while. That's great. Thank you. Thank you, Jet, for saying that you couldn't hear me. I said hi, and then obviously continued to talk. Thank you, because so I call it mime Amber, and that's when you can see my lips moving, but you can't hear me. I really appreciate you telling me that. Not too often does someone actually tell me, so I very, very much appreciate it. Holy shit. Oh, I'm just glad that I don't think I said anything other than when you had popped in and said hello. Other than that, uh, oh man, that's right. I muted it to call my sissy wolf, and then I never unmuted it. That's wild. That's a long period of time. Whew, that just goes to show how fucking flubarred my brains are. Well, anyways, as I had said, but I was all miming it up. What brings you to my club of Cottontales? How you doing this evening? Is it even evening for you? It's 1 p.m. for you? Wait. I've never met anybody that's 6 hours behind me. That's so wild, because it's almost 7 for me. I'm assuming you mean it's almost 1. Does that mean that it's 12:57? That's so wild. Because it's 6:57 p.m. here. So it's almost 7. 7 p.m. Man. Gosh, I'm trying to think of, like, where would that be? Oh! Well, that makes more sense. It's not that you're behind me, you're just a shit ton far ahead of me. You're in, like, Australia or some shit. That I'm used to. You... the non-specification that it was 1 p.m. the next day, because, like, my meeting... Oh, it doesn't say it. My previous meeting, I had said Happy Friday in my meeting, but yeah, it's Friday for me. So that makes so much more sense. Like, way more sense. Well, I hope you're having a happy Saturday. I am enjoying my Friday evening. Oh, I am not going to be using that. You're from the future. How's the future doing? For me, Saturday tomorrow is my last kid-free me day. I was about to say, I was like, I don't know anybody that's behind me in my time zone. Because, like, Hawaii is 3 hours behind me, so it's almost 7, but it'd be almost 4 for them. Well, wait. Would it be 5 o'clock? I don't even know. I mean, I know good with numbers, and especially time zones. Time zone freak me the fuck out. Like, straight up. It's still something that blows my mind. But anyways, that still says to say what brings you to my club of Cottontales. Hopefully you're having good weekend because you already had your Friday. Ew, toot, toot, toot. I'm a toad today. Oh shit, I can't. I gotta collect mushrooms and go. What are you? No, I don't need you. I almost feel like I should carry the med kits instead of. We'll trade the champagne showers. There's 2 med kits. And then we'll have 3 big pots and a full champagne shower. Let's go. Oh man, do I even want to read what it says? Because it says, no offense to you, though, is the one thing I said. Okay, let's see what this person has to say to me. Nice, I've been playing Fortnite since Planes, aka Chapter 1, Season 7. Oh, I saw your channel and thought it cool, a small Fortnite content person. So everything you said, why would it offend me? Because I'm not a Fortnite creator. Like, everything that you said is like, no, 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 and no. But thank you for checking out my channel and not understanding anything about it. You didn't look at anything. All you saw was the videos. If you were to tune in to these meetings, like, just before you tuned in, I was playing on my Switch. With Fortnite in the background. Like, for me, my content, what you're watching right now, my YouTube, which has vast amounts of tons of other shit, other than just Fortnite meetings, I created this so I can have a place for me to be me. It helps me mentally and physically, and I can have a place that is mine. Yeah, this is just so wild. I this is literally, and I've been playing longer than you, so, because I've been playing before there was even seasons. But that's not even like, it's not a gloating thing, like, because I don't give a fuck about that type of shit. I will have a great day, but you mean night. I hope you have a great day. I'm gonna continue to enjoy my Friday evening. Jesus fucking Christ. It's just like the backhanded compliment. I saw your channel and thought, cool, a small Fortnite content person. I'm a random content creator. If you had actually looked at my fucking description, you would have seen that. Random content creator. Me, Amber motherfucking Lewis. You found me as Cottontale is Mooiisstt. Man. Fucking annoying. Where are you at? I need something to shoot at. Ah, you're way the fuck up there. Why you gotta be way the fuck up there? He can come down to me. Yeah, he's still up there peeking. He can peek. He's not in the fucking circle, so. I swear, one day you'll get someone from the get-go who doesn't just make assumptions off of looking at what the channel might have. Like, without actually watching anything, no one actually understands anything that I produce. Because all they, like, for example, I've had tons of people in my real life who, are just like, you play Fortnite, so why would I watch? I'm like, because they'd be like, oh, I still need to check out your channel. I'm like, you haven't watched it? They're like, yeah, you play nothing but Fortnite. And I'm like, if you watched, you would see that there's not a lot of playing going on. Like, I play because I like the game, but Club Cottontale is not about the gaming. I would say that I do majority of my gaming not in my channel, because this isn't a gaming channel, it's a content channel. It's a place where I come to be myself, and it helps me mentally, physically. Like, I wouldn't even be able to have somewhat of online interactions if it wasn't for the fact that I started desensitizing myself utilizing my YouTube. Man, it's so funny. And then the no offense to you though, like, that's just wild to me. Let's go investigate, because now I'm curious. Is this an adult? I feel like this was an infant baby bunny. For surely an infant baby bunny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's like, yeah. Oh, I should have figured that that's what it was. Man. Fucking- oh, man. Now that that's out of the way. That's what I get for just saying I want interactions. The universe is like, okay. And I'm like, meaningful interactions, meaningful interactions. Really, any interaction is meaningful, because it gives me a chance to attempt to desensitize myself, or, actually get to have a conversation with a fellow human being doing our thing on this big, beautiful rock floating around in space. Hello. Oh, welcome back, Gigi. How you doing? What brings you back to Club Cottontale on this fine Friday evening? Or good, fine Saturday if you're super far away? Whoa. Those are cool and creepy. Alright. We wanna go. Where I wanna go where everybody knows my name. Ooh, a bush. There we go. That's what we wanted. We were gonna get into that one, but then that person was just like right there, and I was like, no. This one, no. Nice bush. Oh, damn it. You can't simply leave leave the loot down here. I'd be blasphemous. Oh, nice. That's awesome. For you, I'm assuming that's something that you care about getting. I personally don't. I had a really good day. I got somewhat of sleep. We did a meeting this morning. Um, our brains have been all over the place, so I've been super trembly and whatnots, but you know, I'm used to that. Went and did the after school little shop and swap, which was awesome. Oh shit, I totally forgot I pulled myself a boobly water out. I got some good quests done on. Oh, my Switch is charging. I keep wanting to grab my Switch to do some fishing because I gotta catch bass. Bass! That's an odd question. Why do you have a pistol? Because I wanted the pistol? It's a bit of an odd question, Gigi. Why do I have a pistol? That's so, like, what? Because I wanted the pistol. I picked up the pistol. I play for funsies. Like, I don't know. I don't play the way that most people play. They take it to a whole other level of, like, seriousness. And, like, life ain't that serious. Like, especially not in a video game. Like, it's just a video game. That's such a funny question to me. Why do you have a pistol? Like, what? Is that a bunny rabbit? That is in fact a bunny rabbit. Is it a real bunny rabbit? It looks like it might be a real bunny rabbit. So cute. That looks like it's made for a child, so I'm assuming you're an infant baby bunny as well. But they always are. They're always an infant baby bunny. Who's just tuning in because they think maybe that I would play this game with them, and it's like, no, dude, like, no. I don't play with strangers because it gives me anxiety, for one. But especially, like, if I was going to play with an infant baby bunny, that one right there, my nephew. There's the infant baby bunny that I would play with. If my nephew wanted to play Pew Pew game, I would play Pew Pew game with him. Other than that, nah. No, they haven't yet. I just thought maybe they have updated Felicity Fish, but not yet. Not yet. Do I still want to use my Princess Fishy? I think so. Especially Because we're gonna toke and play a dream, a light valet. So I'm just keep it on my Princess Felicity fish. See how much this is charged. 57, that's good enough. Kettle brand chips are the fucking best. Let's continue to listen to Murder. Murder in History one. Yeah.
When it comes to business, upgrades are everywhere. Software upgrades, client upgrades, first class. Open your Bluevine business checking account in minutes and leave the branch behind. Go to bluevine.com/radio. That's bluevine.com/radio. Business banking beyond expectations.
Hi friends, happy Wednesday or Thursday if you're watching over on YouTube. Hey, how are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. My name is Bailey Sarian and this is the Dark History Podcast.
Heck yeah, it is.
I need a theme song for Dark History, don't I? Anywho, I'm here to talk about some dark-ass history that we never learned in school. Or I should at least say that I never learned in school. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Come take a seat by me, don't be shy. If you're interested in learning about people and events that your history books didn't cover in school, maybe should have, then you'll fit in right in here with us. Okay, look, today's story, it's uncomfortable, okay? It's heartbreaking. It's just
2 minutes to 420
it's
something.
awful. It's sad. Those are all the words I can think of. It just doesn't make any sense. But with all of that being said, there's really no sugarcoating this. This is what happened. And it's when we're honest and when we're transparent that we can learn and grow together, you know? But most of all, not let history repeat itself. So, let's set the scene. It's New Year's Day 1923, and many people are waking up from celebrating the new year. Some of them are still wearing a flapper dress or a suit, tired from dancing the night away in a jazz club, or maybe they're hungover from buying illegal drinks at a speakeasy. Yes, oh yes, it was still illegal to buy alcohol. Wild, right? Of course, though, that was more of the upscale city vibe. If you were in the country, had a little less pocket change to spend, or were too straight edge to visit like those kind of illegal joints, then you probably had a quieter evening of staying at home and bringing in the new year with your loved ones, you know? Now, 1923 in general, President Warren G. Harding would die in office. The Yankee Stadium would be built in the Bronx, and the original Hollywood sign would be built. Oh yeah, Hollywood was originally called Hollywoodland, but we could save that for another episode, Big. But before all of that, on the morning of January 1st, 1923, 30-year-old James and his 22-year-old wife, Fannie Taylor, woke up at a home in a town called Sumner, a neighboring community of Rosewood, Florida. That morning, James Taylor goes to work.
Cheers, happy 420 somewhere.
But while James was at work, something happens to his wife Fannie that, boy, it just triggers a domino effect, a horrific domino effect. It leads Yes, we're going to be talking about the Rosewood Massacre. Have you heard of it? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This one just completely blew my mind. It's like, why in the Waldo did we not learn about this in school? Correction. I can only speak for myself here. So why in the Waldo did my history books not teach this? Rosewood Massacre? Yeah, it happened. Let's discuss and learn together what took place in 1923 Rosewood, Florida. Buckle in, kitty cats. This is just... What? Yeah, I'm great with words, obviously. That's why I started a podcast. The beginning. Great place to start. The town of Rosewood was established in the mid-1800s. White families had moved here prior to the Civil War, and black landowners started to move in the 1870s. It's located in the state of Florida, and it's just 9 miles east of the Gulf of Mexico. The name Rosewood, it came from the red cedar trees that were all over the land there. Fun fact to learn. Did you know that when you cut open a red cedar tree, the cedar has a pale pink color inside? Yeah. I guess it's like super pretty, super beautiful. But did you also know that if you cut me open, I've got a little pink inside? Ew. Anyways, so they called the town Rosewood after the pink color. Okay, nice, right? Well, as we've learned through history, we can't have nice things. So when people saw the really pretty color that was inside of these beautiful, incredible trees, what do you think they did? Yes, they cut them all down. They cut them down and they sold the lumber. Now, because of this, they made a pretty decent amount of money, and it supported the economy of the town. But still, sad for the trees. By the year 1886, the town had developed quite a bit. It had its own post office, a schoolhouse, and there were 3 churches. 1 for the white people and 2 for the black people. Remember, we're talking about a time that's very much a segregated America. So, 4 years later, in 1890, the town began to hit some hard times. All the red cedar trees had been chopped down, and without the trees, there's no money to be made, which in turn leads to the town's economic decline.
Yeah, they
Because
should
of
have
the loss
been
of
making
income,
seedlings before chopping them down.
jobs. Many members of the white community left Rosewood and headed to the nearby town of Sumner. Sumner was appealing because there was a large sawmill which provided tons of jobs. And right now, the people needed work, so sign me up for Sumner, So by the year 1900, the Rosewood population had now shifted to a majority black community. Now within Rosewood, there was a really close sense of community. Like everyone seemed to know one another and looked out for one another as well. I mean, rarely did anyone need to leave town, like to travel for food or for things they may need, because they had almost everything right there within Rosewood. In addition to the 3 churches, schoolhouse, and post office, Rosewood also had a train station, which will become important later, a general store, and a sugar mill. Plus, if you were looking for some fun, they even had a Rosewood baseball team. What I'm getting at is Rosewood was overall just a nice place. So for over 20 years, the people of Rosewood stayed within Rosewood, and the people of Sumner, the neighboring town, they stayed within Sumner. They coexisted, they had their own communities going on, and they were just doing their own thing. But unfortunately, that peaceful time was about to end, because some shit was a brewing. But before we get into what was a brewing, let's pause for a word from our sponsor.
When it comes to business, upgrades are everywhere. Software upgrades, client upgrades, first class on flights. We love those. With Bluevine, you can upgrade the way you manage your money too. A Bluevine business check. Bluevine.com/.
Or older, you are at increased risk for not provide added protection of a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache.
With more than 80 bachelor's programs offered, find your purpose.
Out in minutes at Bluevine.com.
Goodbye, Fanny. Like, I'm off to work. I love you, babe. And Fanny's like, oh my god, yeah, have a good day. Whatever. That's probably what they did. Anyway, so James leaves his wife Fanny home alone because he has to go to work. He works at the sawmill in Sumner, which was about 1 mile east of Rosewood. Now, while James is at work milling saws, Fanny, who is back at home, rumor had it, someone had attacked her. Oh yeah. The neighbors heard screams. They heard screams coming from within the Taylor's home. And they were like, oh my god, what's going on? Screaming. So for you and I, we'd probably go and check it out, right? We'd be like, oh my god, they're screaming. Are you okay? But for Fanny's neighbors, they heard the screams
Yes,
Fanny
bass.
has a big bruise on her face.
Eric, you
It's
are my
clear that
good luck
somebody
charm.
had hit her.
You want to hang out with me?
So he asked her, you know, who did this to you? And Fanny tells him that a black man assaulted her. She's like, I don't know who it was, but it was definitely a black man. According to Fanny. I mean, this could be possible. This guy came in, randomly beat her, I guess, in her own house. But remember, like, this is a small town. In fact, both Sumner and Rosewood were so small that most people recognized one another. So, are you sure, Fanny? Are you sure that's who you saw, Fanny? The fact that Fanny could not name the person who attacked her, that should have been the first red flag, okay? That
We have like
this person that quote unquote attacked
11
her
of the
was
20.
not a resident
Yes!
of Rosewood.
9
I'm
more to
I'm
go.
not kidding you. If you lived in Rosewood, you would know your neighbors. Everybody knew each other. But Fanny
And hopefully we get
most
rain.
likely know this person because, again,
So I can catch
the
my
likelihood of her
puppy
not knowing
fish.
threesome to not. So,
The fungu.
sure, Fanny. Sure. Again, because it's the 1920s, unfortunately, this is a time when a white woman made bold claims of being attacked by a black person. Nobody questioned it. They just believed it to be true. So they didn't question Fanny's story for 1 second. Like, oh my god, she was beaten by a black man, like, we are so angry. And nobody wanted to, like, double check and make sure she wasn't lying. They just went with it. People are talking within Rosewood, okay? And this story about Fanny gets back to a woman by the name of Sarah Carrier. And she's like, wait a minute. That's not true. Sarah said that she was at the Taylor's home the morning of that so-called attack. And not just that, but her granddaughter was there with her. And neither of them saw a black man attack Fanny, let alone even enter their house. Well, you're probably
Gotta water my eggplants.
really who the hell is Sarah? Okay, well, Sarah, she had been working for the Taylors for quite some time. She was there that day with her granddaughter doing the Taylor's laundry. Now, Sarah said that she actually saw a white man leaving the Taylor house that morning. She said she never saw a black man come by the house all day. Now get this. Sarah recognized this white man. She had seen him come by the house once or twice before. Sarah had believed that this man and Fanny were having some kind of winky-dinky. Sarah said that this man was actually the guy that beat Fanny that morning, and that she was just lying to cover her ass because she's probably having an affair. She doesn't want people to know.
That's so fucked up.
Fanny. So Sarah's version is now going around town and spreading like wildfire within the black community. They all 100% believed her. Why would she lie? Whoa. Why would she lie? Unfortunately, though, the white voices were louder within the community and made it very clear that Fanny was, quote-unquote, not a liar. She was telling the truth. Okay? I freaking roll, right? It gets a lot more dramatic. Talking amongst the accusers, a name comes up. Jesse Hunter. And they think they're discussing it like, hey, Jesse Hunter, this is our guy. This is the guy who did it. Who's Jesse Hunter? Okay, now Jesse Hunter was a black man who recently escaped from the nearby prison. Now, because Jesse was a black man who recently escaped from prison, well, they're believing, oh, he must have done it. Must be the same black man that attacked Fanny. Note my sarcasm. Mind you, there was absolutely 100% zero evidence that Jesse was the perpetrator. But that doesn't matter to them. They've got their minds set on Jesse Hunter, and they go out looking for him. While out looking for him, the county sheriff, Robert Walker, he joins in on the search. Now, this county sheriff was able to get a bunch of other white men together to form what was called a posse to help with the search. Now, this isn't like your normal posse today, like a group of friends hanging out. Back then, a posse was a more formal thing. It was an official group of men that a sheriff could organize in case of an emergency. And this, to them at the time, well, this was that kind of emergency. The sheriff would pull in some guys from around town. I don't know how he picked them, but he did. And he made them his temporary deputies, which is wild to think. Just random, like, hey, you, were allowed to do that. So the county sheriff got the posse together and they started searching for Jesse. Now they were determined to catch him and punish him for his alleged attack towards Fanny. The posse even went down to the local prison to borrow a pack of bloodhounds to track Jesse's scent. I mean, they were seeing red. No common sense going on here. The posse, they hear that Jesse was last seen with another black man named Sam Carter.
Salmon!
Blacksmith.
I need bass!
This alleged sighting has never been confirmed, but they don't care. Now remember, again, I've said it 100
But as
times,
soon as
it's
it rains, we gotta
small
run to
town,
the beach.
so they know exactly where Sam Carter lives, and they
You
head
can only catch the
straight to his
fungu on the
house.
beach when it's
They
raining.
barged in, okay, and they interrogated Sam and asked him, "Where's Jesse?" And they're demanding it. They're like, "Where's Jesse? We need to know where he is right now. Where is he going? Where's Jesse?" But Sam, he couldn't answer their questions because he didn't have the answers. You know, he doesn't know. He has no idea what's going on. Of course, the posse doesn't believe him. They were convinced that Sam, he knew something. Okay, because they are convinced of this, they get swept up in what becomes this angry mob mentality. So they force Sam out of the house and kidnap him. The posse's thought process was that if they torture Sam, they could probably get some answers as to where Jesse is. So they kidnapped Sam. They hung him from a tree by his neck, pushing Sam to tell the quote-unquote truth. Sam, he was telling the truth the whole time. He didn't know where Jesse was. But that's not acceptable to the posse. They're hell-bent on their mission of quote-unquote justice. They shot him to death and left his body in the road between Rosewood and Sumner. Sam Carter was only 45 years old. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So by that night, the original posse, which was, it was just small at first, it had now snowballed into a freaking mob. Oh yeah, people were talking, and the neighboring towns got word about what had taken place, and that this manhunt for Jesse was going down. So a bunch of rando white men come out of the freaking woodwork. It's like, where'd you guys come from? They just showed up. There was no official count of how many men joined this riot, but that's exactly what it turns into, a freaking riot. And this is when the massacre begins. I know this is a little heavy. We're just gonna take a little moment here, break first.
Blue Vine Business Checking gives you more for your money, like no monthly fees, 2% APY, free standard ACH, and up to $3 million in FDIC coverage. So apply online and open an account in minutes at bluevine.com/radio. Business banking beyond expectations.
My bank charges too many fees.
Blue Vine Business Checking has no monthly fees, 2% APY, free standard ACH, and up to $3 million in FDIC coverage.
I wasn't expecting all that.
Expect more with Blue Vine. Business banking beyond expectations. Go to bluevine.com/radio.
The death of poor Sam Carter was the catalyst for what was about to become the Rosewood Massacre. The posse is still out searching for Jesse Hunter. Remember, the prison escapee who the mob believed to be Fanny. But now, the posse searching for Jesse, it's grown bigger, and more white men are joining this mob from all over Florida. Because this mob had grown to such a big site, members of the community, families, both black and white, could sense that things were getting out of control. Violence was brewing, and this no longer feels like it was just a search for Jesse. And it was turning more aggressive, angry, hate-filled, as this white mob was now using this as an excuse to destroy everything in sight. So the black community is terrified by what they're seeing happening in their own town of Rosewood. They thought that maybe if they got together in a large group in some of their homes, there would be safety in large numbers protecting them. So they did that. A couple of days go by, and on day 3, there's another rumor spreading around that Jesse was actually hiding in one of the homes that they missed back in Rosewood. And the home was none other than Sarah and Sylvester put her in a safe spot under the stairway while they got ready to fight. She also said that he got behind her at one point, put a gun on her shoulder, pointing it at the front door, and waited for Polly Wilkerson to kick the door down. And when Polly finally kicked that door down, Sylvester started shooting to defend themselves. They would end up killing both Andrews and Wilkerson. Great, you know? Good. Can I say that? Well, I did. But listen, once the mob realized that Andrews and Wilkerson were shot and killed, they was not good. They were raging, okay? They were livid. They were fuming. And a gunfight then ensued. Sadly, Sarah Carrier and her son Sylvester, in the middle of this crossfire, were both tragically murdered. The mob keeps shooting, and they don't freaking care who they're hitting. The only reason they eventually stopped firing was because they ran out of bullets. Great. Now, we don't know how many men, women, and children hiding in the house with Sarah and Sylvester survived, if any. But what we do know is that the ones who were able to sneak out of the house, they went and they hid in the swamp. They escaped, but not before they saw things that they wouldn't ever forget. One of the children, Arnett Goines, spoke later about their struggle to escape. Goines said he remembers them staying out for 2 or 3 long January nights in the cold swamp, scared for their lives. But after days of waiting, they were able to escape the mob. Now the guys in the mob are pumped with adrenaline and anger, and they are ready to cause more destruction. They decided to set fire across several houses and a church on their way back home. So this was no longer about Fanny or Jesse. This was just a mission to destroy any property owned by the Black community in Rosewood and the surrounding areas. With the mob on the move, the Black people living in Rosewood began to flee the town in a hurry. They knew that the mob would be coming back wanting revenge for the murder of Andrews and Wilkerson. They weren't going to just let that go. So many hid in the cover of the swamp like the kids did, thinking it would be hard to find them or catch them in there. Within Rosewood lived a man named John Wright. Now, John Wright was well known within the Black community. He was a white man, but he was friendly to his neighbors. Again, this is a different time period, right? And John, he wanted to help protect them in their time of need. He's seeing out his window what's going down in Rosewood, and he wants to open up his store and help the community. These are his neighbors, his friends, his family. He can't just sit back and watch it. Because John was white, the mob didn't even think about burning down his house. No, they did not. They were like, nope, he's white, he's good, save his house, but burn all these over here. There were also white families in Sumner who sheltered and protected people who they knew, often people who worked for them. Friday morning on January 5th, 1923, it's now day 5 of the Rosewood Massacre. Things have been pretty bad so far, but shit's about to get even more real. 200 armed white men come storming into Rosewood, and they're coming from all over the state to be a part of this action. With those 200 armed white men, some were even members of the Ku Klux Klan. As you can probably imagine, this is not good. This is very bad. Why are they even here? How did they get? Like, why are they here? What are they doing here? There isn't even much information as to how these guys knew what was going on, but what we do know is that they showed up. So the group, it's gotten a lot larger, right? And they were causing way more damage and destruction. They burned more homes. They burned the second church, the Masonic Lodge, and the schoolhouse. They even burned the baseball field too. Just everything. Complete and utter destruction. Everything is gone except John Wright's house. So at this point, it's hard to know how many Black residents are still left in their town. Those who could, they ran for the swamp, but unfortunately those who were too old or sick to run, they were trapped there, and the members of the mob shot them on sight, such as Lexi Gordon, all of the time, and the Rosewood train station was one of the only things that wasn't burned down. So when they found out what was happening, taking place, what was going down in Rosewood, they knew that they had to help out their community. So the brothers pulled their train into the station to allow women and children who had been hiding in the swamp hop on the train and get the heck out of Rosewood as fast as they could. With a train full of people, the Bryce brothers stopped in different cities along the route, allowing the survivors to get off the train and attempt to begin their lives again in a new city. They had left everything behind. They escaped near death, and now they were forced to live in fear and never return to their homes in Rosewood again. To this day, some of the victims' descendants still live in the nearby towns that they went to, like Gainesville, Florida. Now let's take a little pop.
Simplified business checking gives you more for your money, like no monthly fees, 2% APY, free standard ACH, and a massive
Angry Poppy
coverage. So apply online and open an account in minutes at bluevine.com/radio. Business banking beyond expectations.
Day January 6, 1923. This was the 6th and final day of the Rosewood Massacre. The angry posse turned mob that had burned most of Rosewood and left a path of destruction in its wake was now setting out to finish what they started. They wanted to burn down any property left and kill any black residents who had not escaped. So they come across James Carrier on the road. James was Sarah's brother and Sylvester's uncle, and he was partially paralyzed from a stroke. While Sarah and Sylvester had bravely held down the fort during the attack, he had escaped with the children and had also hidden with them in the swamp. After, it seemed like the danger might have passed, so he gets up and leaves the swamp, hoping to return to his home and just kind of figure it out from there, right? But unfortunately, James, he couldn't make it. Some members of the mob, they surrounded him, they marched him to the local cemetery, where they then shot and murdered him right next to the fresh graves of Sarah and Sylvester. I know, this is so funny. I know. After the murder of James, the mob just kept setting fire to all the homes and buildings until literally there's nothing left. Rosewood was completely wiped. It was destroyed. It was gone. With that being said, what we know for sure is that at least 8 people died during the Rosewood Massacre, but what hasn't been reported is the trauma on the community for decades to come. And I should add, it's believed that there are a lot more victims than just 8, but there are 8, like, on record. So a few weeks go by, and in February of 1923, somebody finally speaks up, and they're like, hey, something just happened over here that maybe we should talk about. So they bring it to the attention of a grand jury. The way a grand jury worked, at least back then, was that a prosecutor presents a case to a group of citizens, and they can ask questions, investigate the situation, and they get to decide if they think anyone should be charged with a crime. It sounds pretty fair, right? The thought of it, the idea of it sounds pretty fair. But in 1923, unfortunately, this jury would have been all white. So, not a surprise when they didn't see anything wrong with what had taken place in Rosewood, and they chose not to press any charges. No one involved in the massacre was found guilty of a crime. In fact, to make things even worse, no one was even arrested for these murders. It took until the 1931 case of the Scottsboro boys for any kind of solid law pushback to stop black people from being excluded from being jurors. This case, which involved 9 black teenagers accused of allegedly raping a white woman, had not just one trial, but a series. All kinds of reversals, dismissals, retrials. I mean, it lasted over 2 decades. fair trial. Like, come on, you guys. No. But besides all of that, the cherry on top of this whole story, all the records relating to the Rosewood Massacre were lost. Gone. There's no records of the what happened. Yeah. No, there's no records. There's no records as to what took place in Rosewood. The only way we're able to tell the story of history is by word of mouth. Now we're going to pause for the survivors of the Rosewood Massacre. The fear from that day, it lingered. Okay, as I said before, many relocated to other towns in Florida, and none of them would end up returning to live in Rosewood. Some of the victims even went as far as changing their names when they moved, because they were afraid that the people in the mob, they weren't going to stop looking for them. They were going to continue to hunt them down until they killed them. So, the survivors, the people of Rosewood, they're living in constant fear. You know, they're always watching their back, thinking these guys are going to come for them. I mean, that's no way to live. Arnett Doctor, Sarah Carrier's great-grandson, said that within the family home, there was a strict set of rules that nobody brought up the massacre. Nobody talked about it unless the elders brought it up. They just didn't. On top of that, many of those who participated in the mob were still alive, and Arnett, he recalled that his mother, she used them by name. It was just psychological trauma and fear that would be passed on throughout these families for generations to come. The stories from that day lived on within the Black community, not forgiven and definitely not forgotten. There's a saying that those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. So while the story was not widely broadcasted, there are those who made it a mission to make sure that this massacre did not slip away or be forgotten in the sands of time. Even without that, the fear and the trauma from this period would affect the survivors' lives forever. Aside from the emotional scars, the pain, the mourning, the fear, there was a huge loss of property and wealth. Which, okay, I know you're thinking, like, property and wealth is nothing in comparison to losing loved ones, but it was what they had to pass down to their children or to their families. And because the people in Rosewood, they weren't millionaires, you know, they owned their own businesses, houses, and their own land. That's what they had. That's what they had to their names. All of that was taken from them and burned to the ground. They weren't just robbed of the land or structures, they were robbed of leaving their legacies and their chance to leave what they built for their children. So, and not mishearing me with this next sentence, 71 years go by. Yes, 71 years go by. Finally, the Rosewood Massacre would properly, saying that sarcastically, be acknowledged. So the survivors, they received some money if they could prove that they were direct descendants of Rosewood property owners. These checks are little more than insult to injury, and some were as little as $100 or less, which is like avocado dates. This was actually the first bill in the United States that compensated the Black community for past racial injustice. The Black and Hispanic caucuses, or groups of lawmakers, they pushed hard to get this recognition. In 2020, yeah, you heard me right, 2020, babe, the state of Florida started a scholarship for the direct descendants. It would only pay for some of the students to attend college, but Florida also put together a formal commission to be dedicated to researching the history of this tragedy. Not only that, it would allow the descendants to share their stories in their own words, and their voices would finally be heard. So you're probably wondering, what happened to Fanny? There's no record that Fanny ever came clean about the lie that she spread. Fanny never told the truth. Fanny got something to say? Let us know. We're watching Fanny.
We're watching you, Fanny.
Maybe like there's a big monument, you know, where you can show your respects to, or something, you know. Well, for a small town that once had about, I think, give or take 300 people living in it, most people have since left and gone to different communities in the surrounding area. And again, when we said they never came back, they never came back. There's only one house left standing in Rosewood. And guess whose house that is? John Wright's house. Yeah. John Wright. Rosewood Massacre, you think it would be considered a historical monument, right? Okay, great. We're on the same page. I'm glad you agree. Well, the Rosewood Heritage Foundation, they've tried to reach out to the family who moved into John Wright's home, but they haven't heard any response. The future of this historical home, it remains unclear. This moment in history, it's just home, right? Unfortunately, though, it's kind of familiar. It sounds a lot like the Tulsa Race Massacre. The Tulsa Race Massacre took place in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1921, and it also started as a reaction to a young black boy who was accused of hurting a white woman, and all of these murders and rioters destroyed Tulsa. Again, if you've never heard about the Tulsa Race Massacre, I would highly recommend that after this, you should take a moment and educate yourself on what happened. I did a full video on it over on YouTube if you want to check that out, but I would highly suggest you do research and educate yourself on it too. But stories like today, it just showcases decades of violence with effects that still persist today. We need to make sure that we are keeping history honest and transparent, because without that, we're doomed to repeat it. And look, it wasn't until freaking 2020 that they started this foundation to help the descendants. And like, yes, that's amazing, that's incredible, and they've been working so hard to get acknowledgement for it. But at the same time, you're like, why took them so long? You know, I think that's a great question. People like Dr. Edward Gonzalez Tennant make sure that the story is kept alive, passed on for generations to come, and the community's voices are indeed heard. He started the Rosewood Heritage and VR project, or virtualrosewood.com. If you're curious to learn more, the link will be in the show credits / description box. This project, it's incredible. It is dedicated to the Rosewood victims and making sure that their story is never forgotten, since our history books seem to have left that section out. You know, these foundations keep the conversation ongoing by building a movement to build memorials, landmarks, and even working towards trying to make Rosewood a national historic landmark.
Yeah.
There's been talks about building
I just made a
museums
sweet outfit to go. I'm hanging out with Eric,
as they should.
and I put on my little Ariel outfit, and this is all the like
Rosewood Foundation,
green and purple, and I gave her like a iridescent collar, or choker rather. It just very much reminded me of like a mermaid.
Dark history of the Rosewood Massacre. It's heavy, huh? Stories like this can be really uncomfortable. You know, very uncomfortable. But they're important. How can we ever learn and grow if we don't know where we've been? And the Rosewood Massacre is a fraction of what's been taking place in our country for a very long time. In the story notes, you'll put some further reading if you want to learn more and become more educated with the Rosewood Massacre. I would love to hear from you guys, so we have Twitter. Let's there. Let's continue this conversation. Use the hashtag Dark History. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you learned from this story, you can also join me over on YouTube, where you can watch these episodes after the podcast airs, and also catch Murder Mystery Makeup, which drops every Monday. Appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day ahead. Please make good choices. Okay. And I'll be talking to you next week. Bye. Dark History is an audio.
Blue Vine Business Checking
Andrew
gives you more for your
Jackson?
money, like no monthly fees, 2% APY, free standard ACH, and up to $3 million in FDIC
Pretty sure he was one
so
of
apply
the
online and open an account in minutes.
founding fathers
BlueVine.com/radio.
that had
Business banking beyond expectations.
Hi,
slaves.
friends.
He
I hope you
owned
have a
people.
wonderful day today. My name is Bailey Sarian, and this
Owned
is
people
the
without their
Darkest
consent.
Podcast. Hello, my name is Bailey. If you're curious cat like myself and come on this journey with me, let's learn something new. Well, today's story, let me tell you, what the hell is going on? That's what I kept saying over and over. Because while looking into stories from our past, let me tell you,
Come on,
I
baby.
kept running into this name over and over and over again. This common denominator always seeming to be involved with some of the worst stories. That common denominator, you ask? Well, it's Mr. Andrew Jackson. The guy with the big old forehead on the $20 bill?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, he seems to be a problem.
Oh
I'm sure
boy.
some of you out there listening are aware of how awful Andrew Jackson's past was. But you really don't know him.
Not that much.
Exactly. Because to be fair, I didn't know the extent of how awful this guy was.
I love how
And I
it's
don't
like
care
she's
what you
talking
say,
with me.
He for sure seems like he was on some bath salts. I'm telling you. If you look at a picture of him, he was older. He had a tone in his face. Exactly. He barely looked like he does in the $20 bill. In real life, he was like missing some teeth. It was pretty damn ugly. The $20 bill is basically like a glamour shot, you know? You can't tell me though, he wasn't doing something. Well, surprise. Nailed my sarcasm here. Andrew Jackson, he was up to some serious shenanigans. Not only that,
Bath! Yes.
he made his money trading.
Yeah, see, Prince Eric's got a side point too.
He fought like soldiers into battle. He was a governor, a judge. He gambled.
We need 8 more baths.
He married a married woman, and he was not afraid to
See if my eggplants need to be watered.
all of that, he would go on to become the 7th president.
They're ready to be harvested.
Because let's be honest here, America just loves a rich. Now, me, being the curious now that I am, I wanted to take a moment and try my best to learn what the actual hell was going on with Andrew Jackson. Just a little disclaimer though, we're
Okay, only some of them are ready to be harvested.
so we won't really get into the super nitty-gritty like messed up stuff he was doing during his presidency. That's a whole nother case, Dilla, that'll come in a different episode. Don't you worry. So Andrew Jackson, who was he? Was he up to? Well, he was born March 15th, 1767. So he's nonsense. His parents, Andrew Jackson Sr. and Elizabeth Jackson, were Irish immigrants. When they came over to America, they made their home in a small community not far from Charleston, South Carolina. Now, at the time, the border between North Carolina and South
Only
Carolina
some of
did
them
not exist just
were
yet,
done.
so it wasn't
But
exactly
that's 7
like
more
the
than what
state
we
Andrew
had.
was born in. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. He was born. Step 1, be born. While Andrew's mom was pregnant with him, sadly, his father passed away, leaving
Aw.
Andrew with just his mom and two older brothers. But then between the ages of 12 and 14, Andrew was both of his brothers and his mom. Now,
Damn.
this is the one part of his story where it's all together for him, so just take that moment in. Hey, wait a minute, doesn't that sound kind of familiar? Isn't this Batman's story? Anyways, it goes all downhill from here. Picture this, 1787. You can imagine it in your brain. Got it? It's Salisbury, North Carolina, the state capital of the world. I don't know if that's true, but you're 20 years old, you're poor, you're a little bit of a shithead teenager. You have a little inheritance from your grandpa who just died. So what do? Become a lawyer, of course. I mean, it's
Of course.
What?
The logical thing.
I mean, there's only like 8 laws you had to memorize back then. You could basically just wing it. Am I right? Right. Andrew was making quite the reputation for himself in Salisbury. His new law practices were thriving and making him rich. He loved the town's prostitutes, he loved gambling, and he loved liquor. So he's out there using to the extreme, playing nasty tricks.
Andrew Jackson sounds like a fuckboy.
And at this time, there was more for the servants. They called him a rake. Yes, like it's a real thing, like a rake. Like a rake? I don't know, it was slang for like a man who slips around, drinks, does bad things, gambles or whatever. So he's a rake. Love that brand. I wonder if the word hoe is related to this as well.
Oh my gosh, yes. Rake and hoe. Holy shit.
Moving on. Now, because Andrew burned all his money finishing law school and gambling, he was out of the pool. Everyone in Carolina needed him, and he had no real life plan, so he flees the Carolinas. Back in 1780 to like 1790, Tennessee was the extreme wild frontier. If you were willing to risk your life by crossing the mountains, you could buy some cheap land and start a new life. That's just what AJ did. He left his criminal past behind and rebooted as a frontier lawyer and judge. The man could barely read, but whatever, it's the frontier, right? You don't need to read. Now, this is a wild time when you could just become a prosecutor like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so it's like 1788, and Andrew is now 21. He's acting like he's a hot shot with a big old ego. While living in Tennessee, Andrew's renting a room from a bitch. There always is. So there, Rachel was already married. Now, rumor has it that Rachel's husband was abusing her and left her doing her Kentucky or something. But technically, they were still married. And Andrew was like, haven't you heard? I'm 21 and like no one's ever told me no. And it wasn't long until Andrew and Rachel ended up moving in together and becoming official. Well, unofficial to official. You get what I mean. They would go on to get married in 1791, and Rachel would eventually get divorced from her first husband in 1793. Make sure the math is adding up there. Okay. This may not seem like a huge deal to the time. Back then, this was drama. I mean, you did not get divorced, let alone marry someone who's already married. But keep this drama in mind because it seems to come up a lot later. Andrew Jackson was a pretty serious Tennessee man. He was rich. He was a good overly confident. You know those types of people. You know, they just attract everybody by being like full of themselves for some reason. People just eat it up. It's that thing where someone's really cool and no matter what they do, it just makes them cooler. It's like in middle school when you have a crush on someone, they literally push on them this once and suddenly you start lying on your shoulder and everything. Andrew Jackson had that effect, except he wanted to push on them this, and everyone wanted one. Andrew uses the money he makes as a lawyer to buy land and slaves. During this time, he would purchase 9 enslaved
Right.
people.
Knew that
In
he
Southern
owned people.
society, you were nothing if you didn't own 20 plus slaves. I mean, that was like the dream, I guess. That's what drove Andrew. He probably didn't give a damn about the law or justice. The alcoholic with a temper problem wanted money, power, and respect. And slavery gave him all of that. This is actually how Andrew, AJ, stayed wealthy. He put all of his money into side hustles, and then he used enslaved people to do all the work without having to pay them. Wow, what a novel concept. Not paying for labor? He really broke the plantation with that one. Andrew Jackson as a person seemed to get bored quite easily, or it's the bath sauce, depending on who you ask. And he was constantly trying to one-up himself, to put it bluntly. I think he was just like a straight-up attention seeker. Yeah, and because his reputation as a no-nonsense lawyer, a hotshot slave owner, and the fact that there weren't that many other people to choose from in Tennessee, and had all these opportunities at his way. For example, when he was 24 years old, he became Attorney General of Tennessee. And then 5 years later, they're like, hey, join in the House of Representatives? And he was like, yeah, man. So he did. And then a year after that, they're like, hey, join me in the Senate? And he's like, oh, yeah, man. Like, I know all these baseballs. Like, my hair, let's do it. It's on the range. And that's how I exactly. Well, in 1796, Tennessee officially became a state. What do they need? They're like, we need a judge. At this point, Andrew had a reputation in town. Again, being a bit of a drunk, rape, mentioned earlier. And people, they were familiar with this. Yet, for reasons we will never understand, Andrew was chosen to be a judge on the Tennessee Superior Court, which he would end up holding for over 5 years. They had a whole state to choose from, and they ended up with this booze bag. Andrew was out here not even 30 years old, just acting like a damn fool. And they were like, hey, he seems like he should make some major decisions for other people. But honestly, I hate to admit it, at the end of the day, Andrew may have been like the right one for this position. It was the local sheriff's job to bring the criminals into court, but there were times when they were just like too afraid to put a life evidence to bring these criminals in. So honestly, Andrew Jackson should have just been, the sheriff to solve all this. But no. So old AJ took it upon himself to just go out there, knock, 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 bitch. Yeah. It's me, Andrew Jackson, and I'm all about Anderson.
Knock, 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 bitch.
Or Andrew threatened to murder them right then and there. Andrew was not afraid of anyone or anything, and sitting in the court all day for the court. This is a sick note. You know when you first watch a court, just one single jam bag of booze just does it for you, or whatever it is. So you're like, oh my god, it's was ready for the next best thing that was gonna get him all excited again. He was
I was just sitting, enjoying some podcasts, eating some Reese's eggs, playing some Dreamlight Valley on my Switch, and then I hear a thing pop up, and my face is covering it, but I just see man, and I'm like, man, I'm like, oh, Spider-Man! And so I'm like, woo! Because I gave you a nickname. Okay, good, I'm not muted.
Yeah.
I had to be sure because earlier a person actually popped in and they were like, I can't hear you, and I'm like, oh, it was my member. Well, you see my lips moving, but you can't hear what's coming out of them.
Oh man, today has
Been a day. I figured as much. Got lots going on in the homestead, and then with work, people, I don't know, I feel like even though you don't have, like, I don't know, I mean, maybe you do, but I don't know if you have a managerial thing, but I feel like they look at you like that, like your coworkers, like when you're down, they're like, what's going on, like, so then you knowing that, you'll be like, okay, let me put my fucking ray of sunshine on while I'm working as best as I can. But your life is nothing but that, or the complete opposite of that. So I can imagine work's been.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't at work very long today.
Oh shit.
Ash had like they like they had a complication.
Oh damn.
Are you doing a Kottontale right now?
I am. I cannot.
I can talk to you more about it later.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to just basically. What I can say right now is I had to jet out of work like 2 hours into a shift and just scramble home as quickly as I possibly could.
Wow.
And yeah,
Man.
my day has just been eventful.
Wild.
Yeah.
Very eventful. It sounds like, yeah. That's been like, I've been saying the most vibes there because I do know how much of an intense surgery that is, and I'm assuming they are okay now, or at least in a place where they're not in the worst case scenario that my brain can think of, type of thing. But that's scary.
Mean, yeah. Like they had to immediately be, sent to the hospital, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. They don't. They were since they were put under. They don't know how they stop the bleeding, like, which is a weird thing to have happen,
Right.
because it's like the doctors just pull you in and put you under, and then you wake up and they're like, "We're done."
Right. Like, am I better? Because you guys, we went through this one time.
Yeah, I can only imagine, that kind of stuff. But, yeah.
Damn. That is pure insanity. Yeah. Here I thought it was a wild work day, and like, no, only 2 hours into work. But life is wild.
Yeah, I went to work today, just kind of like today's gonna be a good day.
I have a new person that popped in. They're like, I found this on my homepage. What is this title? ... The crying.
What's the title of your...
It's traditionally me. I'm Mooiisstt. Are you? Right? Mooiisstt is to be 100% yourself, regardless of what some motherfucker thinks of you. So really, it's I'm me. Are you? I'm Mooiisstt, are you? And then be my foot sugar daddy. I'm looking for my foot sugar daddy.
Oh yeah,
Shoot.
yeah, yeah. You're still on the search. Still on the
Yeah,
search.
man. All it takes is one good foot subscriber that's like they want to do more than just the monthly subscribing or like a tip every once in a while. Like they want to spoil, and I am here for that. No, a person popped in earlier when I was just talking about some of my childhood, just like me thinking about like how I had to move around a lot, and it's like, and then my brain goes into something else, and I'm just like talking about a crazy portion of my childhood, and someone comes in like, bro, what the fuck? And I'm like, I know, it's fucked up, and I'm like, welcome to my club of Cottontale, place for me to be me. What brings you here today? Because that's just it. Is like I'm not like I had another person. I just laughed at them because they were like, "Oh, I was like, cool. I came across a small time Fortnite content creator," and I'm just like, everything you just said is so foreign to me. But then right after they said that, they go, "But no offense, though." I'm just like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, I take no offense because I'm not a Fortnite creator. Like, I just play Fortnite.
Hmm.
No. Oh, see, now they don't have any response. They were clearly triggered by my title. Popped in to say something about it.
Right. What is this? And then leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And their description of their channel is I post whatever I want. Mine says random content creator, and you're gonna pop in with a ridiculous statement like that?
Right. You're yeah, like preaching to the choir, kind of like. Well, what is
Yeah.
that? There's a saying. It's like the kettle calling,
Mm.
right?
The pot calling the kettle black.
There it is. Yeah.
It's an old school saying, and I love that. You already know. I love you. I'm so sorry you had such a absolutely insane day.
Yeah.
I'm
It
glad
was
that
wild.
it's yeah. I'm glad it simmered down to the point where you were able to you like saw that I was on Fortnite. Like clearly you hadn't even looked at your phone because I had sent you a link to the meeting.
Yeah, I keep on looking like during my day I kept looking back at my phone, but I was only focused on
Right.
getting some kind of
Right.
confirmation that Ash was okay.
Right.
Which
As
I
soon
did
as you
not
told me
get.
all the things, like my chest started to hurt, and I'm just like, oh my
Right,
gosh, are they okay? Like,
right, but I didn't get any of that. Like
yeah.
the
Mm.
messages I got were um like Dylan sent me, "Hey, what time do you work tomorrow?" And that was it.
Okay.
That was all I got. But like seriously, I
Come on,
wish I
boy. Give me more. What? Tell me more. What's happening? God
right.
damn.
Yeah, like so because before I got home from work, I got a message from Ash that was like ETA,
Mhm.
but I was in traffic, so I didn't like when I'm in drive mode,
You're
my
not.
phone
Yeah.
will like yeah, I don't really see any of my messages. So I
Mhm.
get like about 15 minutes away from the house and I just turn off my maps because I'm like I know where the fuck I am now. Like I
Right.
don't need maps to tell me how much traffic is here or anything like that. I'm 15 minutes away from my house. So I turned off my maps and I went into my messages. And I did have like I saw the ETA one and then I saw another one that was just kind of like the plan for from their point of view,
Right.
just kind of like here's what I want you to do kind of a thing. And I had sent messages like here's how far I am from home and that I can definitely, fulfill what you want. And then just a message of keep me posted on how you are and how
Yeah.
your condition is. And I got nothing. I
Oh
got
my
nothing
gosh.
on
Man, I'm sorry.
I
I'm
sent you
sorry
a
to
message
your
later
brain
on.
for that and your heart because I know what that feels like. Like just wondering, like is what is going on? Like, are you okay? Like, oh
Right.
my gosh.
Like, I was reached out
And then
to
just deal with
when,
the, what time do you work tomorrow? Or do you work
right.
tomorrow? It's like, what? What?
Yeah, it bugs me because as soon as there was a need
Cheers.
to be filled,
Yeah.
I
Right,
was
yeah.
contacted. Like,
The money was important, but nothing else. Like,
or like being in the repair room at my job and
man.
then getting a text that was like, you might need to come home.
Right,
And I
right.
was like, what's going on? And they're like, I'm bleeding internally, kind of a thing. And I'm like, fuck. Like,
That's insane.
yeah, I was out of there so quick. I went to one of my lead geniuses immediately and was just like, I need to leave. And then he was like, I'll take over this, head to the manager's office, tell everyone there, and
Yeah, man.
get going. And I fucking
Man.
did exactly that. I went to the manager's office. I was like, Gordon, I'm leaving. And he was like, what's going on? I explained it to him, and then I dipped out.
Man. Ah. I'm holding my mammary glands right now because it's just a variety. It could have been just a freak accident, but it also could have been like, you know, the doctors said like, oh yes, I can take this much off, and maybe shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Like maybe should have done it. Yeah, who fucking knows? You know, because
Because
you just know the price tag. You don't know anything about the consultation or anything like that. Um, so yeah, that's just, man. Whew, I have anxiety for you.
And I got home just now, and I just kind of turned off
Oh
the
wow.
lights in my living room and
Yeah.
came upstairs, and I sat down, and for a moment
Oh.
I was just kind of like, what do I want to do with my evening right now?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I can just readily go to sleep. And so
Right.
I was like, let's shoot stuff. So I opened
Yeah.
up Fortnite, and then I saw you were on, and I was like, let's just send an invite and see what happens.
Yeah. Hey. Well, I'm glad. And I also think it's kind of awesome that I had sent you a text message about the meeting that I'm in, but the way that we connected in it was, well, and I sent something saying I sent you snaps, and I literally had said something in the snap about like, you know, just basically like hope to game with you, but if I don't, you know, yada yada. So I just think it's so awesome that like how yours laid out. You were just like, oh, what do I want to do? I'm gonna shoot things. Oh, She-Hulk's online. Let's send an invite. You know, like, because for
It
all
just
you,
kind of worked out because in my head I've been so jumbled up with what the
right,
fuck is happening, what do I do, and
right,
I'm getting zero communication. But it's like, yeah, it's just a mess. I don't,
yeah, it's a mess. But one thing that's never a mess is our duo squad. So it's a nice little escapism from the mess that is life. You badass. You know what this always reminds me of is Bodyguard.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm
that's
I'm
why, yeah,
I'm Whitney Houston and you're Kevin Costner, right?
I
I
think
think
it was
it's
him.
I think it was him too. But yeah, I always love it. I love it so much. I'm just like you're very much my bodyguard. Oh, I love it.
Regards.
We're guards. Oh,
Yeah, just shoot it.
it just shoot
Fuck that thing.
it. Fucking so hard. Oh man, so I want to tell you a funny story of me playing earlier. Because like I don't know, Ray. Like, you know how the last couple days I was like, I'm just like riding on the mood high right now. But we all know that when it goes high, where else does it go? And today was just a day I'm just like, and my dreams, I don't even want to with my dreams right now. Um, I'll pick this up. But anyways, so fuck. No, come on, brains, get back to what we were thinking. Oh no, don't let it drift away.
Well, I mean, the way you were just describing moods being
Yeah.
something that's like, you really just made me think what comes up must come down, but
Yes.
in the sense of emotion,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is wild. Like,
Yes.
I don't think I've ever really considered emotions to be like that. But now that I'm
Right.
thinking about it, I'm like, fucking definitely.
Right.
Um,
Well, and that's just the thing is you're not going to think about it unless you're someone like me who's been, I deal with this thing and then I, come find out diagnosed with personality and mood disorder along with DID. Any one of those things would be an unstable mood. But that does bring me to what I was remembering saying. So, I
sweet.
always
That's
wake
what I
up
was trying
with,
to do.
yeah, man, I appreciate it. I always kind of wake up in a blasé mood, but sometimes it just like I can very quickly turn it. Today was not one of those days. It was a lot of work to get myself to and I'm still not okay. Like earlier I was playing, I was trembling. I was so just panic filled about I don't even know what because I was just seeing Allie and going to the school to do some shopping, which now that I say it out loud, obviously there's a lot of things in that would trigger me. But I
Right,
was
that
just
could
like,
have been the
yeah,
trigger.
I was just like trembling and you know, the fucking Cottontails are definitely on vacation. Ooh, I'm gonna come get that when. Grab this and come jizz on us. Jizz with the flow fizz. Yes, I will take that. Sweet. I got that blue AR and I have a purple shotgun. Um, but today I just like. I'm like, nah, we're sleeping as long as we can. And then, man, my neighbor's dogs, the puppy, he started barking at like 9:30 and didn't stop until 11:30 when I finally decided like fuck it, I'll just get up. And that didn't aid to the already blasé feeling, you know. So I just did what I know to do. I made the content, prepared to go to the school, and that worked out really well. I got me and Allie, we just get along so well. So we have easy flow conversations, which are nice. Um, but the clothing, I was able to find Rainbow quite a bit of things. I I actually found a really beautiful dress that we're gonna use for her 6th birthday. I was just like I was very very pleased. Um, and all the moms were polite because sometimes moms can get intense. Like, so I'm glad that we were able to just kind of like go through and I was able to find everything I needed for her. Got 2 pairs of pants, couple pairs of shorts, found a cute little jean skirt for her. Oh man, a hoodie because she, excuse me, had been needing a zip up hoodie. And I found a really cute one that's um, will keep her warm, but she can unzip it and not be too warm. It's kind of like got that wool fuzzy on the inside, and it's this really pretty gray with like a rose design. Yeah, it was quite nice. I found that my child's feet, she could basically wear a women's size 4 or 5 because there were some sandals that were a women's size 6, and they fit her with just a little bit of room in front of her toes and behind her heel. Which is wild because she's in kindergarten. I remember being in 3rd grade is when I wore a woman's size 6. So, on that theory, she definitely is going to be taller than me because she's already, like, where she's in kindergarten, not even 6 years old yet, wearing a shoe that I wore in the 6th grade or the 3rd grade. I said 6 because it was a size 6 shoe. I know you know what I meant. I love you, Ray. I wish I could hug you. Oh, I would hug you so tight that, like, I could just, you'd be like, I can't breathe, but do it harder.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd
because,
welcome it.
yeah, because it's been so long,
A little bit of
since.
oxytocin.
Oh, No, seriously, like, I don't get enough hugs, but I just want to hug you, especially. Like, I fucking miss you so damn much. I'm glad that we get to message each other, but especially get these chances to chat and game and laugh and talk about craziness.
Yeah. Yeah. I listened to a podcast on my way into work today. It was a Star Talk, so it was
Oh,
with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
nice.
But it was about depression.
Oh,
It was basically like the science of depression and treating depression. Um, and yeah, it was pretty cool. Like honestly, it was quite cool. I
that's awesome.
just kind of listening to it and everything kind of gave me.
Do we want to try to go to that vault before the storm gets to it?
We could. I was just scoping out the area.
Okay. I'm gonna start
That's
heading that way towards it.
yep. I'm heading that
But
way.
you, oh yeah, it's literally opening right now. Yeah, no, to get to my daughter's school swap thing, oh, there's some people already at it. I mean, I got good enough weapons. I'd be willing to take
Take
them
them on.
on.
Yeah. Are they inside?
Yep. They have a Artemis. Artemis is eliminated. Fuck. I knocked down one, but he knocked down me at the same time. It's a group of Peters! Oh, that's so fun! Oh, that's
That is
so
fun.
fun! One was a dapper Peter. That's so fun. But yeah, no, I eliminated their Artemis, and then me and Homeboy downed each other right at the same time. That was awesome. That was a good little warmer startup shababs. I'm gonna go back to lobby. Uh, definitely, I think we should think of a theme or something that we kind of like how we did with the banana and the Jonesies, doing ones that we haven't really done,
Yeah.
because that was fun. I know you'll probably only have a little bit of time because yeah, you gotta get sleep because tomorrow will be crazy for you.
Yeah. I'm considering just taking the day off tomorrow. I don't know. I could is my thing. Like I really
Right?
could just take the day off and just chalk it up to family medical needs.
Yeah.
Um, and the only one who would flip me shit would be the person that actually has the medical need. Um,
That's
um,
hilarious.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Life is strange.
Life is strange. You know what? This is my only character of the like card people, and I know you have a bunch of card people.
I have
I'm using the ace.
I have one card person, I
Oh,
believe,
okay.
but it's
It's got like a maybe it's
sir.
a maybe it's the same. Oh, that yes. Yes, cause I'm a girl too. Oh yeah. So I'm rocking since I'm an ace and I'm red and black. So I'm gonna assume I'm the red the the
I always
ace
have
of
to go
hearts.
with the spade
Yeah, heck yeah.
because that's what I had when I was a mime. Was the
Oh
spade over my
yeah.
eye? Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's dope. I instantly saw it like you in real life, but then the picture I
yep.
is impressioned into my memories. There's some cards. I just need to find where they are. That'd be the perfect Contrail. That was billiards. maybe it's the cash flow that I was thinking of. I thought I had ones that had cards, but maybe I was tripping.
Do you have Joker?
I do have a
Then
Joker.
Joker's contrail is cards.
Okay, that
So
would
it
be
should be
why.
at the top of your...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where I had saw it was at the top, but I didn't even think. Like, oh, it's probably one of my fancy characters. Yeah, pick a card. Yeah, damn. Thank you. It's perfect for the ace. Glider. You know what? I literally have not used this season's umbrella, so I'll use the Olympian because I've yet to use it. So why not? Now think of a good pickaxe to go with my lady. We're gonna be such a badass squad. Definitely the crowbar. Alright. Okay, let's see. Let's put on the all black wrap. And do the same thing with... I'm just gonna use Keanu's car and wrap because they're all black and will look savage in an all black scorpion. I have a gemmed llama on my back, and it's red. So I feel like I look really badass. I got like a hood and a savage, almost spawn-looking mask, and then your lady looks like we're both assassins, but oh man, it's like you could tell that we have different attitudes by the stances and everything. You got the high pony, I got like this little hooded bit. I love it because like I almost feel like you would be where like in real life I would be the high ponytail chick and you would be the one with the hood on.
Yeah, probably. That sounds
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I'm wearing boots, and then it looks like your chick has got like savage, gorgeous looking shoes, and you know me and shoes. I just casually ate all of my Reese's eggs. That makes me a little sad. Um, I have some more, but I've been, doing a good job about like, hey, you can have this for today, but then you need to save this for the next day, and so on and so forth. Don't just eat all of them in one day.
right.
I'm an emotional eater, and my relationship with food is so complicated. So it's like, what's most complicated is that I know what to do. I've done it. Like, I know exactly what I need to do. But the issue is that what fueled me doing it in the past was hate. Like, I didn't like my body the way it was. So I was like, alright, goodbye. And then I changed it. But I like it now. And it's difficult to I just keep telling myself, I'm like, you're never gonna be like, like I'm always gonna be thick. So I don't need to worry about losing, 30, 40 pounds because I'm not. It's not gonna like. Still won't be thick.
Yeah,
But I,
it's not gonna
but
take away from your figure. It's just
yeah,
gonna
it's gonna
slim and
it's
trim.
right, exactly. It's gonna slim and trim it, but I know it's got to be more than that too. Like maybe like subconsciously, I'm like, hey, if we never lose the weight, I can never get my hip replacement. But it's like, dude, I want the hip replacement. I'm scared, but like I'm in pain all the time. Like,
Hmm.
and yeah, and I just think it's wild that because I can remember being in pain as a kid, but I also had, you know, my like my mother for guidance, and she was a person, or still is. I'm hoping that as she gets older, she's gonna go to the doctor more frequently, but she never went to the doctor. And your kids, they see that shit. Like your kids are gonna mimic whatever you're doing, and so I just knew like. Don't tell her that my hip hurts. Don't tell her that this hurts because if we do, I'll have to do a specialty doctor. Like, and then sometimes, because my mother is the type of person that she just overshares. So she would share how, like, they don't have the finances to do it. It's not like when I was younger and they could just take me to Shriners and they would pay for everything. And I'm just thinking, like, dude, I'm a whole ass kid. Why are you putting all of this stress onto me? It just makes me glad that I don't. It makes me sad knowing that I have two living parents and I don't have a mom and a dad. But I'd rather have no mom and dad than toxic ones. Yep, yep. And I do have my best friend Kayla, who I call my Canadian mommy, because she is a phenomenal mom. Oh my gosh, you and Kayla are like my mom and my dad. Cause you're like, yeah, you are the best dad that I've ever seen. Like, man, it could make me cry. Like if I think about it. So yeah, I never really thought about that until just now. But like she for surely is my Canadian. Like I call her my Canadian mommy. I have for years. But I didn't. I've never considered in a million years ever calling you my Ray Daddy. But I do get jealous, but also really just happy for your girls. You know what I mean? I'm jealous that like, man, why couldn't I have had like a dad that fucking loved me and did dad things? But it just makes me happy that the younger generations are getting it. And like, you really are the best dad I know. Um, how else?
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Because of my like sometimes I feel like in my immediate vicinity,
Right,
my efforts are not really appreciated
right.
or seen. But I do get like from my like mother-in-law and from my aunt and from you, like there are people who do see what I do and go, yeah, like you're killing it.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
it up.
yeah. Exactly. Like, keep doing what you're doing because it is phenomenal. Like your girls are just they're growing up, flourishing, and I just imagine them being two very um, like protective of you, but also very independent. You know, like oh man, they're definitely the little uh, like oh what the fuck?
I was giving them a choice and they chose to fight me, so I killed
Yeah,
them both.
and they downed you in
No,
the
I had a sticky bomb. I killed myself. Like they, so
oh
I stood there and I picked up a gun and they ran over to me and I did this. Hold on, I'll show you. You know my sword thing where I stand there with the sword?
yeah
So I did that. I was like, you have a choice, like And so he whacked me, and I backed away from him, and I did it again. I emoted again.
Yeah.
And he ran up to me, and his partner was right next to him, and he ran up to me and he whacked me again, so I fucking stuck him. Yeah, like, you had a simple fucking decision to make.
Ooh, banana.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat this.
That's wild.
But yeah, I don't get it sometimes when I'm, like, over here just, like, all I'm doing is emoting at you. I'm obviously,
Right.
I could shoot you in the motherfucking face if I wanted to.
Right.
Like, I picked up the gun before you got down here. Why,
Right.
like, why are you hitting me? Like,
Right. That's always disappointing. Ooh, a Hades chain.
because if he would have let me knight him, like,
Right.
I would have just been like, cool, take the chests, walk away. Like seriously, that's how I communicate. Like, if I fucking do this and you come up and you, like, it would have been, I would have been
man.
like, there you go, and then I would have walked away. I would have let them
Right.
get their weapons. And
That was awesome, though. Can I just say,
Yeah.
with the way that we look? You're gonna come get splashed on? Yeah, baby. You like that good splash.
But it's like, it boggles me, man. I'm just like, yo, you
Oh,
are
yeah.
unarmed. I have the weapons in my
Yeah,
hand.
I have the weapons. And then I love it that you stickied them, but in doing so, you stickied yourself.
Yeah, I just stickied her right in the face. I was just like, dude, if you're not gonna play nice, I'm not gonna play nice either.
Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. What the heck? I'll drop this. Oh, thank you. Alright. Get Jaded Rose loaded. Go over towards a little island castle. Oh yeah, so looty. Ooh, oh, it's a hand cannon. No interest in a hand cannon. I like the pistols. Oh man, someone earlier popped in and was like, why do you have a pistol? And I just was like laughing. I'm like, because I like pistols? Like, what kind of question
Why do
is
you
that?
have a pistol? Because I can shoot someone with it, and this is a game that has guns. Like,
Yeah, man.
what
Like,
kind of a question is that? Like,
that's exactly how I felt.
It interests me because it's kind of like, they don't understand that you can win a fight against someone with a shotgun
Right.
with a pistol. Like,
Right.
a well-placed
Right.
pistol shot.
Yeah.
Like, that shit works.
Oh, dude, pistols are. I love pistols. Like, shoot, I had a green pistol and I won a match with a green pistol, and this person, they had everything, right? They were just, they had a medallion, they had a bunch of gold weapons, and I eliminated them with a green pistol. Or I was thinking maybe I dropped the Chains of Hades and I could pick it up. Because I have one med kit and I still have 70 in this. Oh yeah, and now I have 2 med kits. Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to take this chain and I'll carry the splashies? Because you seem really good with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I do love me a Chains of Hades. The grabby bit, it's so good. And it actually, like, it destroys walls pretty well. I'm sure you saw, like, that one person, they just kept building a wall, and we just kept coming at it. That's fun. But yeah, it does a good amount of damage on a, metal wall, which I was surprised. This flowberry tastes like flowberries. Alright, take this moment to Get Jaded Rose reloaded. Man, the dress I found for Rainbow is so beautiful. It says it's a mauve color, but I kind of think it's like a champagne pink. Both Rainbow are like, ooh, it's pink. Um, but it's like a silky kind of feel, and it's a high-low, but it's really like it's a medium and a low, because like it's not that short in the front. Um, and then it's just got like a nice little sort of like t-shirt design with a little X in the back. Um, and it has this most beautiful bejeweled gemmed waistband. Are they like pertinent as in I should put down this bowl or just seeing
No,
people?
they're on the move, heading
Okay.
down the road away from us. Both of them are in cars, separate vehicles.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have to take a picture after I wash it. And it still had the tag on it, so clearly someone had bought it for their kid, and their kid, either grew
Just
out
did,
of it or
yeah.
never had a chance to wear it. So I'm just like, this is literally perfect for my daughter's 6th birthday. She wears a size 6'7" dress right now. The dress is an 8. Like, she could wear it now and it'd be a little big, but it's the perfect size for in a couple months, end of June, or even if she had a growth spurt. Because the way she's built, she has like really nice muscly arms, but they're very svelte. So she can actually still wear 4T tank tops. It's where the body and the length is where she has to wear a size 7 dress because she needs the length for her arms and things like that. But when it doesn't have arms, we don't have to worry about that. So I'm just like, I'm so pleased. Like, it will fit her nicely with a shirt underneath if she doesn't have a growth spurt. But if she does have a growth spurt, it will fit her perfectly. And it's just, it's so beautiful, Ray. Oh my gosh. It kind of reminds me like the type of dress that a girl would wear to a daddy-daughter dance.
Mm,
Because that's the equivalent of like an elementary school prom, right?
right.
Because that's what it reminded me of, is like a little prom dress. And Rainbow at first was like, no, too fancy. And I was like, well, you can wear it for dress up or your birthday. She's like, okay, yes. Because it was very fancy. I was just like, oh my destiny. That's you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I start hearing footprints and my brains are like, they're coming for us! Man. So I've always believed in aliens, but I think I've hit another level of belief in certain things, and that's all it could be. It's just a belief that helps me live my life. But uh, yeah, if we came to find out that we have like basically we're just a sim game for some other intelligent beings on some other planet, I would not be
You wouldn't be
surprised.
surprised.
Yeah, I'd be like, I knew this a while ago. That's why I get the weird tingles, and then I feel like I should stop talking about it. Where it's like, shh, you can know, but nobody else. Because I just, oh man, life doesn't feel like life. What is life? What's wild is I've been saying that for years. And it's just like, it's still relevant. And we're still in the circle. I love you too, Fortnite. We seriously look so dope. Mm. Are you using the fucking crowbar too?
Hmm.
Oh my god, we just totally like loop-de-looed each other. Oh, you're up there. That's where you went.
Hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I love that. Yeah, we look so badass. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see that we have a maybe coming this way, maybe not. Either way, I'm gonna toke the bowl while we have this moment. Oh, I got cookie dough by the Toll House cookie dough ice cream. I figured that. I don't know if you like cookie dough, but I know you like ice cream and appreciate a good bowl of ice cream. Aha! My bars, I have 44.69. Nice. I just have the most ridiculous but a basic idea. A necklace. A necklace that says nice. But it's made up of 69 gems. Yes, I like that. I also like what you got going on here.
I keep on messing up.
Oop. I'm assuming you wanted to go to the window, not to stop there. Oop. Oh, that's how you want it. Okay. Oh, I see, I see. And then are these ones getting it too, or no?
Nah.
They have a little... I see, I see.
Right, there's more coverage from underneath us if we need it.
Yeah.
Because the only way people can come up is if they break through down here. I've done a couple of things down here too.
Oh, I see. Nice. Did all that while I was getting Jaded Rose and monologuing like the adorable little supervillain I am. I really would be like that, like, kind of like how Megamind was a supervillain. It's like, aw, she's so cute. She's never gonna win. And I'll be like, no, what are you talking about? I win everything.
That bush is in circle.
Ooh, bush.
Come along.
Bush. Bush. Yeah, because I'm pretty happy with my weapons. Okay, we got people southwest running up, it looked like. I don't think they were... Yeah, they were not worried about us. They just headed up that way. Homeboy is a few clicks behind. Looks like they're going up towards that. Yeah, yeah. They
And
definitely did not.
Southwest as well.
Yeah, this is super endgame, actually.
Yeah.
Not right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's here. Party's ready.
Since I don't honestly know where the medallion fellow is,
Right.
I can only presume that there's... Oh, action.
Because someone's going to go for that. That's a drop that someone summoned.
Gunshot.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I see. I see, I see. But I feel like the medallion guy probably is going for that drop, maybe. But maybe not. You know what I mean? Maybe... Because someone had to summon it.
When the circle moves, I say we head back.
Okay.
Because our little spot's gonna be in the house. The house will be in the circle.
Yeah, I see.
Are you in the bush or no?
I thought I was. Like, the
Okay.
very edge.
Alright.
My bad.
You spooked me.
Yeah, I very much apologize.
Are they flying?
I
How
look
are
so
they moving
cute.
so fast?
They look so awesome.
I can't figure it out.
Someone's in
That's
the
right.
air.
Yeah, they've gotta be. The medallion, like... Alright, here we go. Yeah, I gotta move,
You can get up here by that. Got people that took a glide.
I'm gonna try to get eyes on these other teams.
Yeah.
Because there's one carrying a medallion.
One's right here. 203, 204.
That might be them, yeah, because I thought I spotted something over there. Okay. Alright.
Okay, we move so we don't get caught up. Vehicle.
Yep.
Blink. No, I don't want to be in the back seat. There we go. Oh my god, we look so awesome! Yeah, I was gonna say, I know that it's already midnight for you, so if you're not able to play another one, I totally understand, but I'd like to run the card squad again if you're able to. Damn it. I was trying to grab one of them, and I learned that you can't grab an NPC. I'm down, but yeah, that was good.
As soon as I heard the wings go up, I was like, fuck.
Right? No, exactly, like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I should probably call this quits.
Yeah, that's what I figured, because
it is midnight.
Yeah, it is midnight.
But I really don't know if I'm calling out tomorrow or not.
Right.
Because honestly, it's just like, my but yeah, my mother-in-law was just kind of like, you know, take the day off, who cares, like, it's your time, you're still getting paid, you know, whatever.
Right.
And I was like, I just don't want problems, like, is my thing. Like, I don't want to create more problems in an already shitty situation.
Right.
So.
Definitely, like, if the person who's stemming the reason for you to send home doesn't even want that, just go to work.
Yep.
Yep. This was fun. I always have a great time playing
Always
with
a
you.
pleasure.
Yes, always.
Glad I could catch you.
Yeah, man. I was so happy because, like, I was literally listening to a podcast playing my Dream Light Valley on my Switch. Just, you know how I do. Be hanging out in Club Cottontale.
Well, have a good night, okay?
You too. I hope that you get some restful slumber. I love you so much.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
We were such a dope squad, I didn't want to leave it. I'm like, no, we look so awesome. Oh, you know what? Put some of the seasoning on it. Excuse.
Ready to bend over the system and make this bitch. Before we jump into it, let's pause.
When it comes to business, upgrades are everywhere. Software up FDIC coverage. So apply online. Open your Bluevine business checking and up to $3 million in FDIC coverage. So apply online and open an account in minutes at bluevine.com/radio. Business banking beyond expectations.
With everything you have on your plate, earning your degree online seems impossible. But at Grand Canyon University, we specialize for purpose. At Grand Canyon
Provides a report with solutions.
Auto parts.
Individual states have this thing called like militias that were basically just civilians with guns who had like no other hobbies. But like if the British came over and they're like, hey, we want land or whatever, they were ready to jump into action, like on call, okay? It's kind of like the state's own little army. Since Tennessee was a somewhat new state, they needed a leader for their militia, and they decided to hold an election to choose their new leader. Naturally, Andrew Jackson was like, sign me up, babe. I'm 100% qualified for this shit. He wasn't, but you get it. It really didn't matter to him. But also, there was a man named John Sevier who wanted the position as well. Now, to be fair, John was way more qualified. I mean, he was a 3-term governor, okay? He was well-liked, and he also had military experience. But Andrew Jackson was like, I haven't done this before, and I wanted more than him. I'm 35-ish, and no one has told me no yet. In order to pick the militia leader, they hold an election. And it ends up basically in a tie. And in the event of a tie, the sitting governor determines who the winner is. Well, the current governor was a big fan of Andrew Jackson, and naturally chose his ass. For good reason. This pissed John off.
Oh, yeah, he was all the way pissed off.
So, you know what he did? He decides, John that is, to run for governor, which he ends up winning. And surprise, bitch, Andrew and John were now co-workers. Nice. So John, the petty boy that he was, started talking mad shit about Andrew and his wife Rachel. So he's going around telling everyone that Rachel's a whore. Ooh, shots fired. I know. Like, why bring Rachel into this? You know? I don't know. But they did. Now Andrew, he decided to confront John. Now, his words, though, bullet. Oh, yeah. He tries to shoot John, and luckily, he misses. People at the scene, they then tackle Andrew, and they just break up the fight. They're like, don't do it, man. Don't do it. There's a better way to handle this. Like shooting each other in a duel. So, Andrew Jackson sits down at his little desk, and he writes John Sevier a letter formally inviting him to a duel. So if you don't know what a duel is, during this time, if you wanted to fight someone when you're pissed at them, you would challenge them to a duel. Oh yeah, you and your opponent meet up and spot matching weapons. Like if they had a gun, you had a gun. If they had a sword, you had a sword. If they had nunchucks, like you had nunchucks. You get it. Then you stand kind of far apart, and somebody yells, draw! And then you both pull out your weapons and you shoot one shot. Now, in the Wild West, the goal is to try and kill each other. It's super pointless. It's confusing. But I think Andrew thought it was pretty dumb too, because he eventually just started shooting at people. Well, actually, correction, not yet. Eventually, because he'll get there. At this point, Andrew shows up at the spot and everyone's waiting for John Severe to show up as well. Time is ticking. Tick-tock bitch. And John is just a no-show. Now, Andrew, he wasn't going to wait any longer. I mean, not for no one, okay? So he leaves and he starts heading back into town where, surprise, surprise, he runs into John away. He's like, hey, man. Fuck, man. Where were you? I was waiting for you, man. I'm like, I challenged you to a duel. I wrote you a letter and everything. So he confronts John, just like, what the fuck, what the fuck? And instead of allowing John to explain himself, instead, AJ rages and starts beating the crap out of John. Oh man, the fight just gets really intense. It scares John's horse off. By horse, you know. Now John was left with nothing to defend himself. And he takes off running. And he hides. It's like pleading with Andrew, please don't hurt me, like let me explain. I didn't mean all those things about your wife being a whore. You little bitch. Anyway, to make a long story short, Andrew calms down. They decide not to duel, and they just like let it go. They have their little kumbaya moment, okay? But the media, they just love gossip, even back in the olden days, and they're the ones who would keep the feud alive. The people split into either like Team Andrew Jackson or Team John Severe. People made t-shirts, there's like balloons, popcorn, it was just a party. And even sometimes people in town would bicker, getting into heated debates at the local bars about whose team are you on, and like, you're an idiot if you were for the opposite team. Most of the people in town seemed to be mainly Team Andrew, which would turn him into like a local celebrity.
Come on,
Elevated
bass.
Andrew to the 1800s version of a rock star. People were enthusiastic over this honest, fearless, unfiltered, no BS.
Yes.
And again,
Bass.
according to them, I never said that. But they're like, oh my god, like throwing their bras at him. It was wild. It's now 1804. Welcome. Andrew is a judge. He's a leader of the militia. He has his own personal businesses going on, like owning land, enslaved people, breeding horses, and he even owns a general store. And if he didn't have like enough going on, he then decides to buy a cotton plantation outside Nashville that he called the Hermitage. And this is where he and Rachel would live together and spend the rest of their lives, really. When Andrew bought the Hermitage, he started out with 9 enslaved African Americans, but over the next 5 years, he would keep buying and trading enslaved people, which was making him more and more rich. And I'm not sure you've caught on here, but Andrew Jackson was not a nice person.
Yeah, not at all.
He wasn't. He was absolutely awful. He was even more awful to those enslaved by him. There are records that said Andrew would beat his enslaved workers publicly at times just to prove to others he was not to be messed with. There was also a case where one of the enslaved people ran away, and Andrew personally pursued them by placing ads in the newspaper asking for anyone's help to bring back this person, even suggesting that he would give more money to the person who found them if they had beat them beforehand. In 1806, Andrew finally got an opportunity to show everyone in town just how violent and dangerous a man he really was. And he participated in a very famous duel where he officially killed someone. Something to brag about, I guess, you know? So Andrew was friends with this guy named Charles Dickinson. And no, not the writer, Charles Dickens. Yeah, this is Dickinson. Don't worry, I thought the same thing. You're not alone. Anyway, this guy was an attorney. He and Andrew, they actually had a lot in common, but they didn't really even like each other. They were literally
Excuse me.
enemies. They were nice to each other, but really just talked mad shit behind each other's back. Anyway, one day, they got into a fight in a horse race. They start arguing back and forth, just drama. And then once again, freaking Rachel gets dragged into it. Charles is like, Rachel's a whore. And Andrew is like, why are we bringing Rachel into this? You know, like, he just completely loses his shit. And once again, how do we handle this? By challenging him to a duel. Yay. So remember, the rule with dueling was that they each got 1 shot, no more than that. And whoever got shot, well, they lose. Yeah. So So Andrew went into this duel knowing that Charles had a reputation in town for having the best shot in the state. So with this in mind, Andrew thought, hey, if I try to lead him to a shot, I'll miss. But if I let him shoot me first, I can take my time, aim, and then afterwards, I can actually shoot him. And at least I won't lose, which technically was cheating. Okay? Well, somebody yells, draw, all loud now. And Charles shoots and hits Andrew
4
right in the
minutes
chest next to his
to
heart.
4:20
And at that
somewhere.
moment, Andrew's
That
pissed
would be
off
the
his
perfect
fighters.
time for
So in the end, cheaters never prosper.
our last toke.
Just kidding. Of course, this is for the end. Because Andrew is pissed, he shoots again. Bang, bang, bitch. He ends up shooting and
I'm gonna
killing
go use the
Charles
restroom quick.
Dickinson. Yeah. And remember, you're not supposed to shoot again. You only get one shot. passion in life, murdering people. I mean, not literally, but he had already stepped down from being the state judge, and now he decided to just focus full time on being the leader for the militia, a place where, you know, it wasn't frowned upon to kill people. The only problem, though, leading a militia was super boring when there was no fights.
We missed 420 somewhere,
So,
but that's
what
okay.
do you think
Cheers.
racist, murderous drunk?
I hope everyone has a wonderful Friday and weekend. I'm gonna take a shower, make myself some quesadillas, and then continue watching the show I was watching, but then also there's like so many different things to watch right now, so but I think I'm going to continue watching the Three Body Problem, but I'm not 100% sure. I do know I'm going to continue listening to this podcast while I take a shower. That I will be doing. Alrighty, well, thank you so much for, to just anyone, whether you spend a minute or less, a second or two, 30 seconds, fucking hours, no matter how much time you spend with me, I appreciate that because our most precious currency is our time. We spend it the most without even realizing it. It's the one thing that we spend all the time, sometimes with yourself, other people. So I appreciate anyone that's taken time out of their day to pop into my club of Cottontales. I'm looking forward to my shower and then making some num noms. Like, I was thinking about just like cutting cheese slices and eating the tortilla, but I'm like, nah, man. You already know it's gonna be way more delicious when we like. It just takes a hot minute for us to get our pan heated up. I thought about using the small one, but now that I think about it, I'm gonna use the big pan. Because we don't need the edge. But the little pan is just slightly smaller than my tortillas. So whereas the big pan is too big, it's gonna be just right. We'll be able to get, it'll almost be like the tortillas land like on the burner itself, which honestly, I probably could do that if I really wanted to. Now that I think about it, let me use the pan. So, excuse me. Until next time, and always, I truly hope that you're being kind to yourself and everyone else. I'll see you next time. Bye.